Hey you guys! So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Everybody on Twitch, YouTube, welcome back. We're gonna start our hard mode here, just the continuation of my hard mode. I'm gonna finish up these logs here, but if you haven't seen our live stream here on Twitch, please go check it out. The link will be in the description of this video on YouTube. And if you want to interact with me, that's probably going to be the best way to do it, where I can actually stop what I'm doing and help you in any way, or just answer your questions. I definitely am down to just pause the run and talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you need help, you just want to interact, this is going to be the best place to do it because I can elaborate on things. So the link will be in the description of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Gotta get some coffee though. Thank you, Big B. Okay. Let's get this going. Let's grab this controller. So as you guys know, I play with a PS4 controller. I do play on PC. You can see my cords beat up, but I'm just too frugal to go buy another one, which I probably should just go do. But yep, that's me in a nutshell. As you can see, it kind of like disconnects and reconnects. Okay, there's the 100%. This is the co-op. And another thing you're probably going to see tomorrow is going to be the co-op with me and Max Power. We're just starting Tamir on our all-American kind of realistic mode, I guess you would say. So we're gonna try our hands at that, which we have been struggling with because of some bad calls I've made, but we're making it through. All right, so since the last time we were here, I kind of went ahead and did some things. And this is the last logging contract that we need to do. And what I did was, after I completed this logging contract up here, and then the one down here at the farm, I already had my vehicles right here at this logging station where you actually can get infinite logs, infinite medium logs, and long logs. So what I did was, I actually just sent them up this hill, but there is a really, really good shortcut here. And first I'll show you the trucks that I used for this. Actually, what am I doing? Go up to my vehicles. They're here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, as you can see, they're all in the location, but right now, I can show you this. As you can see, medium logs actually fit perfectly half in this trailer. So what you can do, and what actually I do is, if I have to haul long logs in conjunction with medium logs, what I'll do is I'll lay a set of 6 long logs in the bottom of this, okay? And that'll build up half of this height of this sideboard bed. And what I'll do is next, see, I have 2 sets of medium logs here that I need. What I'll do is, but I had 4 sets of long logs. That's why you see long logs on top actually extending the full range. Because what I did was I actually had to put long logs and medium logs on the second set up here and fit them in. But they did fit, so all these are here. There is one load here, so there's 3 medium log sets on this truck, and then, or 2 medium log sets, 3 medium log sets on this truck currently, and then there's one here. So I took these 2 trucks up there. What's up, Fairway Finder? Welcome in. So yeah, I was actually, after I got, through this farm area, I brought these trucks up here to this place, and being that sideboard bed is full of logs, going down this area right here is going to bump them around. You could potentially fall out. They could potentially fall out. So what I did was, you can actually cut through this forest and go right through. You can just essentially pick your way through right up here. It's really a smooth ride. So if you do not want to go up this little gully, this rut, this whatever you want to call it, I definitely recommend just going through this forest up to this logging station. So I chose to do that just to kind of be more efficient than going to both of these log stations here separately, getting logs, hauling them down here through this stuff, or even going up through here, around, coming around, and going back down through. So I just did it all. And then, yeah, we're just going to pack these and get it going. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this set in. As I have all my logging trucks here. Whoa, that was weird. Okay. I mean, that's a good time for it to come undone, I guess. So now what I'll do is, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, we're good. We're good. So now what I'll do is, easy way to do this. I could stick my crane in here and try to fish all these out, but it's probably just gonna be easier to just tip this over. And that's kind of what we're gonna do. But issue is this crane is not strong enough. So there we go. Let me start. What's up, Das? Welcome in. We are just dumping our logs out and getting them going. Finishing up this last logging mission here. I believe this is the final logging mission of this region as well. The only issue is this. So I want to get this log right here. I can't get it. I might reposition my truck. Yep, I'm gonna reposition real quick. Man, lovely thing about this vehicle, it turns so well. Okay, let's do this. Put that... Gosh, the smoke. Like so. All right, moving on. But yeah, there's other ways to do this stuff. I mean, I've seen people, you know, just take individual log sets, go back and forth. I think after I figured out the sideboard bed trick, because I already exclusively move cargo with that setup right there, low saddle crane, sideboard bed. Just really easy for me to utilize that setup. Okay, what are you doing, Mr. Log? Okay. Let's see here. Whatever I can grab, I'm just gonna swing over because I have my medium log cradle right there, so I can just punch those over to the other side. It just, all these logs are kind of like intermingled right now, so it just kind of depends on what I get. But a little bit earlier in this video, I kind of explained how I load those in that cradle, and how they can be organized in that cradle, where they won't fall out, or it'd be hard for them to fall out, I guess. Oh, my maximum crane. Traverse left and right is already taken up. Okay. We'll grab this long log right here. Nice. It is very awkward timing. So, yeah. It is definitely a very awkward time for me to be streaming, to be quite honest, but... yeah, I mean, I worked this morning. I flew the drone. But the thing is, we're actually on a throttle down right now, so... I actually did some maintenance on the base station that the drone comes out of, and then... for my job, and then, yeah, I just kind of, after that, I was like, hey, man. I moved around. I'm in Ohio now. So I actually moved to northeastern Ohio, but I'm actually working in central Ohio. So I am still traveling a lot. Just, a little bit closer to home. Oh my goodness, come on, man. Okay, now I can get him. There's the tough thing about whenever they're all bunched up, it's like you can't grab them. How you been, District? I noticed you were messing with the files, so I actually wanted to ask you, how's that going? Grab that? Oh my gosh, I did. Oh, never mind. I wonder if this is even gonna hold. I don't think it's gonna hold. Sweet. Oh, okay. Dang, man, that's a lot. You should just apply the saber. There's 3 sets. Oh, gosh, those other medium logs are all the way over there. It's crazy, because, like, those medium logs didn't fall out. All that stuff I went through to get them here. And then all of a sudden, like, when I switched trucks, they just, like, jumped out of the trailer. I mean, I don't really care, because, you know, it's time for them to come out of the trailer, but just a very awkward moment. Yeah. Sounds rough, man. I mean, gosh, that's a lot, man, to get inside that code, figure that stuff out. It's like looking at the game files and messing with coding. I mean, some of that stuff is pretty, like, it's pretty easy to look at, right? It's pretty self-explanatory, but, you know, messing with some values and stuff like that, you really got to learn what those mean. Oh, can I grab 2? Oh, no. I'll just grab 1 at a time. Why not? Whatever. It's all good. Just like hanging on by a thread right now. Oh no. Didn't switch it. Okay, cool. Heavy duty oil trailer, they call it. Should be fuel trailer. Oh, okay. Scout is spelled with the A U. That's so weird. That is weird, man. Well, it's probably just like those spelling errors. It's probably just due to, I guess, like, I don't know. The developers are foreign, right? So it just might be just a simple typo or something. I don't know why that would be. Whoa. Okay, now what I need to do, gosh, okay, is actually reposition. Let me think here. See if I can flip this back over. Yep, just like that. Get this guy out of here. Let's go move the cat a little bit closer. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, so wait, they have that stuff that you could actually do in the files, but they never actually added it? Oh, gosh. Dang, that's crazy. You think maybe they just got sidetracked with the release? You know, I wonder now if it's too late for them to even implement that. Kind of like, you remember how the ANK civilian came to be, where they basically said that if they gave the ANK all those add-ons, it would essentially crash the game. So I wonder if it's kind of the same thing now. Do you know what I mean? Like if they added those things onto current trailers, like if the game would even be stable, depending on how it's coded. Boom. Dang, there we go. Dolly lock for trailers. Dang it. Yeah, they should just hire you, man. Okay, shoot. Happened to my mouse just like freeze up? I think my game just froze. Very odd. Uh-oh. There we go. Whew. That is odd. Okay. Alright, shoot. Okay, let's see. Wisconsin trip. This is going to be the cellulose. This is in Greenwoods. This is also in Greenwoods. Train departures in Greenwoods. This is the last one. Fallen Titans is in Greenwoods too. Okay, we are essentially done here. So now I actually need to get my vehicles over to the other map. Yep, I need to get all my vehicles to the next map. However, there might be something I can do. Let's check that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do this. So the BM, what I'm going to do with him... I'm going to come back and sap all that fuel from the Kodiak. And then it's going to go in the BM. The BM is going to go make the trek to the next map. I'm just going to kind of consolidate things as I go. I see what you're saying, yeah. That would have been nice if they actually did that stuff, yeah. I mean, like, there's like two sides of the coin with it, like, with the whole argument of like frame space, frame usage, what can have the trailer crane combo with the hitch trailer, all that stuff, right? Because there's like two sides of this coin. Because I could be on the side of, you know, we can make use, or like most trucks can do it if if Sabre just altered things, right? But here's the issue is, then you talk about things like the Azov. Like, this truck, for sure, like, in my opinion, it probably shouldn't be able to have the crane and the bed. I mean, look at its frame length. It's so short, but it has it, right? So it's like we have trucks that probably shouldn't have those, and then we have trucks that should, and it's just like, it's like this balance, right? You're just like... Okay, so refuel... Actually, I need to refuel the Tatron, don't I? Shoot. Alright, so... I'm trying to think how I do this here. Okay, no, I know what to do. It's frustrating that I cannot take this fuel tank and refuel this fuel tank. I think that's like it's so dumb. I have to basically take my fuel from here, put it in there, drain that, come over here, go to this fuel tank, fill up the BM. I'm trying to think, man. Gosh. .605R should only have high saddle, nothing else. You know, District, I think it should probably have saddle high. Maybe a couple things. I don't think it should have everything it has. I don't know. I definitely think there are vehicles in the game that shouldn't have saddle high. I believe these two right here are two vehicles that should not have them. I mean, because if you think about it, like special mission trailers, like I've used the Kodiak to haul a special mission trailer up this hill right here, in Yukon on stream. We're at this one, this construction, this little coiled semi-trailer back here. I hauled that all the way up this hill, and the Kodiak sits high. It has really good ground clearance, but still, like, its saddle height is not. It's not anywhere near it should be. It's just not suited for that. You know what I'm saying? So some vehicles should not have it. Oh yeah. Okay, so you know what I actually should do? Okay, so here's what I'm actually gonna do. I gotta make this easy. I'm a little bit particular about this stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drive this guy back to the garage. I'm going to actually drive the Kodiak back to the garage. I'm going to fill the Kodiak's personal tank up, put it in the garage because I'm not going to use it again on this map or the next. So I'm just going to put him away for time being. No, man, no worries. That's what this chat is for. I appreciate you sharing, man. I learn a ton every time you stop by. Every time I watch you, I learn a ton, so... No need to apologize, man. I definitely appreciate that info. Oh my goodness. Hate that. Oh, I hate that. I thought they took damages out. I thought they dumbed them down. Just crushing my wheels, crushing my suspension. Alright. Okay, cool. Let's get the cat. Oh my gosh, the damage on trucks is just insane, man. It really is. It's so ridiculous. Oh nice, morning is coming. This is good. I am so excited for New Game Plus. I think it's gonna be awesome. I think that, oh gosh, the only thing I wanted really bad is to alter the amount of experience you get from everything in the game. Not money, experience. Because they have that slider for how much money you get. But what I wanted was to dumb down the experience. Because I feel like you just get to level 30 so fast. I mean, I got to level 27 in Michigan before I moved over to Alaska, and I was like, okay, like there's, after level 30, like there's no more perks. You know what I'm saying? I want something to look forward to for, I guess, a little bit longer. Maybe make the challenge a little bit more challenging because of unlocks, stuff like that. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents, I guess. I'm gonna actually leave him here for a second. I'll worry about these guys here later. I'll worry about the Pacific later too, because I'm actually taking him over the steppe. I will actually take him across the border. Ega, Ford. I'll get all these guys across, but I'm gonna deal with this first. They do need to add a little bit more of a grind. I feel like, I don't know. Here's the thing. If you would have came and asked me that probably, gosh, 2 years ago, right? This game's been out for 2 years. I would have said no way. Now, you know, I guess I just understand a lot more about grip in this game and all those features and stuff like that, so I don't know. Like, for instance, you The tire we use probably the least in the game is the all-terrain. You unlock all-terrain at level 6, you unlock off-roads at level 8. And by the time you do, I mean, you use those for 2 levels, which really isn't long at all. And then you max out your tires, and there's nothing really to look forward to, right? Or, hey District, I have some homework for you if you're down. How can I alter level unlocks for certain things in the files? Now, if I can do that, I would space out the tire unlocks and play that way. I think that would be very interesting. But I know a lot of people probably call me a masochist and say I want to make my everything too hard on myself, and honestly, I really don't. I just do like a challenge. I really do. I think the beginning maps are really not that hard. Okay, so okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refuel the Kodiak. I have this, like, I'm very particular, like when I put a vehicle in the garage, I want it to be like refueled. So when I get it out, it's not empty. I'm not like worrying about putting fuel in it. I just bring it out, go. Damage, it's not that damaged, so I'm gonna leave it as is. Also, I need to do this, is take off this this add-on, because if I leave this on, I'm gonna think it has completely full of fuel, and I've done this, actually made this mistake on this map already. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I see. I see, District. Yeah, man, oh gosh, there's like 2 things I really, really want in this game. Is one is either altering the experience that you get from contracts, missions, whatever, and maybe randomizing every upgrade. So I guess this is my point. I would say, like, oh, let's see. Let's go back to Black River, because so we all know that right here outside the garage, the Fleet Star sits here, and then it has, I believe its all-wheel drive upgrade is literally sitting in front of it. So if you did like if they added like a randomizer where it just randomized every upgrade in the whole game. So this, let's say this one, instead of it being the all-wheel drive, it would be like a raised suspension for, I don't know, the TranStar, right? So think about that. Like, it would change completely how you play the game going forward, because like you'd have to play the game based upon what vehicles get upgrades, right? Even if you did get Russian vehicles here and like Russian upgrades and stuff, you still could use DLCs that are in your garage. Like even the free DLCs, you could always use those. So I just think it would be a cool dynamic. But Saber, if you're listening, holler at me. Yeah, that's what I kind of noticed, District, is every time they do something, something else happens. Okay, so now he is good. I'm going to actually put him away. And now... Okay, so... we're gonna have 750. Okay, well, I'm gonna start moving trucks to the other map. This is what I'm going to use to scout over there, but I'm going to get him over to the other garage right now. And then we'll start getting all those trucks over to the next garage. And then I'll sort out any type of repairs that I need to do, fueling and stuff like that, and then we'll start scouting over there. I'm going to use a 750 for this, actually. So, there was a comment about when I should turn off all-wheel drive, and this is like a good example right here. Is I'm not struggling at all in these elements, so as you can see now I'm actually kicking it on because I am struggling. But you know, toggling it off whenever you're not really struggling, you're going down a dirt road, is a perfect example of when you should do that. Because if you're not struggling, there's no reason to just burn up fuel, and that's just kind of like my opinion. If you're on normal mode, it really doesn't matter. Oh, of course I would do that. On normal mode, it really doesn't matter because you're not paying for fuel. But in hard mode, like you're paying for it. So I would definitely do that. I mean, how much fuel now here's the next question is like how much fuel actually are you saving doing that? That's probably a question I couldn't answer, but I know it's something. I mean, if you're saving something, you're saving something. They've been saying if they updated, the game will crash. I don't believe it. Oh, really? So wait, hold on. Oh, I see. But couldn't they just recode and then just update the game? I don't get it. Oh, so Essarokin is leaving after Season 2? Or Season 8? Ah, got it. So District, I know a few things that a lot of people on the Discord channel do not know. So hit me up on Discord after this. But yeah. He's done after year 2. That's kind of sad. I mean, I was hoping that he would stay around and maybe, I don't know, maybe hire some people on, some fresh minds, do you know what I'm saying, to kind of give some new ideas. Oh, no worries, man. I'm totally okay with you speaking your mind. You know, I think they should do. I think season 3. There should be actually additions. They should do additions to previous maps. Let's say like Yukon. They should add 2 more maps to Yukon. They should add 2 more maps to Maine. They should add 2 more maps to Wisconsin. I think that would be like amazing. Instead of, and then I guess like add, you know, more features like Wisconsin. There's a lot of farming in Wisconsin, right? So you can implement farming there with all those vehicles they have. You still have logging. That's still a thing. They should do DLCs in SnowRunner too. Yeah, I agree. Sweet, so now we are finally over the Greenwoods. Let's go. I love this music here. It's like amazing. Actually, you know what? I think there's an upgrade over here that I might just go get real quick. Actually, I think it's is it a tower? It's a tower. Yeah, I'm just gonna go grab this tower while I'm doing this. Man, I gotta say, Wisconsin is definitely one of my favorite maps. I think I'm starting to like Greenwoods River a lot. Especially like over in this area. I'll show you. You probably can't see it because it's all shrouded right now, but this area down here, actually in this corner where there's really no dedicated routes, but there's like trails back here. Oh my goodness, it's awesome. man. You know, I almost played a different game today on stream. I really did. Which is going to be something. I'm going to start playing different games, I think. I guess the hard thing is like you build your channel that's solely based off of one game, right? So most of the people that follow you or subscribe, you know, they're all interested in, you know, that type of content. So if you do something new, it's just like, you know, a lot of people don't like that, but I definitely need to play something new for sure. All right, District Man, I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the lurk. Here is the garage. I will open up. Discovered. Good to go. Okay. Let's move back over here. Start bringing some of these trucks out of there. Gosh, man, I'm trying to think if I should actually take this Western Star on this side of the map. Thinking I might. He's already over there. Right there is the gateway. It'd be good to have a fuel support already on that side of the map. He doesn't have too much fuel, but I'm actually going to take him over this way. I like this vehicle as a fuel tanker because it sits so wide. It's good for stability for sure. It's a very, very wide truck. It would be amazing with OHDs, it'd be even wider. Yeah, so... Actually, I'll go grab this task while I'm here. There we go. Sweet. Over. We'll grab the Action. We'll do the same thing. I'll take him on that side. Because he has some fuel too, so I have two... Yeah, he has half a tank of fuel, so whatever fuel both those trucks have will be good to have on that map, or that side of the map for now. That's the thing with hard mode, is it's all logistics, honestly. The game is not... What makes the game hard is logistics and wasting money. That's really the only thing that makes hard mode difficult. And I even could use the Action as a scout on that side as well, because he has the autonomous winch, which could be something I do. Instead of, I could possibly scout the western side of the map with the Ford F750 and then turn around and then do the other side with this truck right here. Because I know you have to actually do some of those contracts, or I guess they're tasks that open up those bridges and stuff like that, so you can bypass them going south, going north. They are bypassable, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, there is the Tega. I'm gonna take the Tega through. Oh, that's right. I do have the Lodestar here. Yeah, I'm definitely going through this gateway. Ooh. Dang, I almost tipped there. It's rough, man. It's rough. Oh, nice, man. Awesome. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. Are you talking about that that shortcut up to the sawmill? I'm glad it's going well. I mean, Yukon's tough, man. Yukon's very challenging in, I think, in any mode, honestly. It really tests your patience with how slow you have to go, how much cargo you have to pull. Creating cabins, moving those cabins. But I mean, it used to be worse, to be quite honest. I think you had to create like 15 cabins. I think what kind of happened was they decreased the cabin amount that you had to make. And then, you know, we figured out that you can use cabins that are used on other missions for future missions. So what I would do is after I completed a mission with the cabins, I would actually deliver the cabins last in the mission. So after I deliver the cabins, the mission would complete. I would legitimately grab the cabins right off the roof, because I put them on the roof, because you can put them on the roof. Because I never use like the forklift to put them under, right? I would just crane them up to the top, push them on the top of the roof of the enclosure the cabin had to go to, and if it fell inside that little yellow box, it would count. So okay, these two guys, support trucks on that side, back over. So I'm sorry guys that I'm kind of in this area where I'm not really getting stuff done. I'm just moving all my assets to the next map. This is something you just have to do in hard mode. Probably one of the most annoying parts, to be quite honest, is moving all this stuff. Because, I mean, realistically, you just want to transport everything over there, deploy it, and then, you know, start working. I think that's something they should actually... I think if you complete a map, you should be able to jump to the next map for free. I think... I don't know, bringing all this stuff, it's just kind of tedious. But I guess that's how they get you, you know, it's another part of your patience. Which, I don't know, I guess I could use more of. Oh, actually I want to see something real quick. Oh, I've been over here. That is a cool little route here, though. That is a really cool little trail. I like that a lot. That's the thing. Wisconsin has all these like these little unmapped trails that you just discover by like stumbling upon them. The Zik saved you a lot of patience, yeah. Yeah, if you're fortunate enough to have the Zix in that phase, you're definitely that's definitely a reprieve there. What's up, Rico? Welcome in. I mean, for me, I've never jumped ahead and got. Well, actually, the only time I jumped ahead to get a truck was the 64131. I just jumped over to Tamir and bought it. But that was actually on my first playthrough. After that, I never did anything where I skipped forward to get vehicles, upgrades, and all that stuff. I just kind of I did that. Another vehicle I did skip forward to get on my first playthrough was the Tatran, and I really regret it. I really do. Kind of wish I would have just played it out, but it's fine. I mean, I'm definitely have multiple playthroughs. Whoa. Actually, there was a viewer that said I should have ranked Yukon higher and ranked Kola Peninsula lower on my ranking, on my tier list for the maps, like hardest maps in the game. He had really good points, to be quite honest. But I mean, like, honestly, it's weird because based off of my personal experience, knowing Kola and like how to get places very quick, I guess it just didn't seem. I don't know. It still seemed hard, but I had to like think of, you know, people playing it for the first time and not, you know, knowing those routes. Like, and also I had to think of like the factor of whenever I first played that map, because it was like, I think for the SnowRunner community, when people were playing Kola for the first time, there were some people that were upset. They were upset because it was like nothing we ever seen, right? This radar trailer you have to use, this snow, this ice. That's, you know, it was just a different beast. It wasn't like they were holding your hand. Like it wasn't simple as, hey, just go find this tower and then do the task, do this. It was, you know, you couldn't really open up the map. You had to think a lot more. It was a lot. But I think after people figured it out, then it kind of like fizzled out. Oh, you hunted trucks in the beginning? Oh, nice. I think that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people actually go get this truck because it's so popular. And it's really one of the best trucks in the game, so people will just go get this truck and then pretty much have an easy mode. It's a very easy truck to drive. It's super forgiving, amazing balance, can do a lot of things. Actually can do most things. It stays relevant on every single map in the game. I mean, there's not a map in the game that really anybody can say the Tega is not good for. It's incredible. I mean, both Tegas are amazing. Oof. I don't even know if I'm gonna need this trailer over here or not. I'm trying to remember. I mean, if not, I can just delete it. It's not like... Kind of wish you could sell back your trailers for like, I don't know, a quarter of the price. even a quarter of the price, I'd be happy. Because that would actually influence me to go collect trailers like I used to. If you're on normal mode and you're not collecting trailers and actually like selling them, you're losing a lot of money. Oh my goodness. So if you haven't been doing that, please go do that. You will get a lot of cash. Okay, back over to the other map. Lodestar. Probably not going to use the Lodestar to scout on this next map here. I'm going to use the F750. Even though I do love this vehicle. I just know I'm low on fuel. I'm low on free fuel. As I mentioned in my new video that I put out yesterday, kind of giving an update on things that I learned from my first hard mode video. I also mentioned things I could have done better. I showed how much money I got from each region, how much potential was from each region. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's actually a two-part series. The first one was the hard mode tips, and then there was that video. Oh, you learned to start collecting trailers out of necessity? That's good. Yep, that was something I like. After I learned I could sell trailers, yeah, I mean, I don't even know how much, just for Michigan alone, how many trailers they give you. Michigan, Alaska, some of those trailers, they're worth like 5-6 grand. So I think some of them. I mean, right there, that's enough to buy a truck. I mean, you sell 4, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those trailers, you have enough to buy a croc. You know, a step 3364 Crocodile, which is, you know, one of the better 4x4 off-road vehicles. You said you're broke? Oh man. Man, something that broke me was on my first playthrough, I was actually in Yukon. So here's the crazy thing is, I was in Yukon, and I think I finished Yukon on my first. I need to check actually. I think I just was finishing it. But I was using a mod. It was some type of military truck. And it was actually 2 of them. And they had like studded tires. They actually weren't OP. I think actually the Tegas and the 73210 did a little bit better. But I just wanted to use them. I was like, okay, I'm just going to use them. And I started using them. And everything was good. But after I would turn the game off, and then I would load the game back up, I had to buy them again, and it just depleted me of money. It was, you know, 100,000 to buy this truck, upgrades, all that stuff, and it's just like, it made me go broke. And then I completed the Yukon, and then legitimately my file was deleted. It was corrupt. So yeah, after that was when I had to start all over, and that's when I started doing truck reviews. After that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to skip ahead. I'm not going to go do all this stuff. I'm just going to play this as is, try to learn what I can about all these vehicles, maps, etc. But yeah, that was super unfortunate because like right there was like 830 hours that I put in the game already that just went down the drain. I was like so upset. So basically what happened was after that, you know, I was behind. You know, I was, you know, trying to catch up. You know, I was in Michigan, Alaska, Tamir, playing the game in map order. And, you know, I remember, um, you know, content was coming out for this game and I was still behind. I was trying to catch up. I think for Wisconsin, this region came out and I was just in Tamir still. You know, I had to get through Kola. I tried to fast track my way through that stuff as fast as I could. You know, I was late to the game getting to Amor. I think I was like 3 weeks late. Or maybe 2 weeks late getting to Amor. But it's like a terrible feeling because, like, you know, you want to play the new content, but you just can't. Whoa. Okay, so I'm actually going to refuel this stuff. Ooh, you know what? I'm actually going to repair him. Okay, so I'm not going to use him here on that map back to Badger Lake. P512. I'm actually going to use the P512 on this map, so... Yep, I am going to use him. Man, I love this truck. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Guds. Try, man. I do really do. While I'm doing this, I'll take another sip. Man, this is seriously one of the better looking vehicles in the whole game. What the heck is that? Oh, it's like a tree. It's like a spur. What is that? It's like part of a tree, but it's not. That is so weird. This thing right here. Can't see like the actual tree part. Oh, that's so weird. All right, whatever. I mean, man, if you think about how capable this truck is, just with better coating tires, these are OHD tires, right? But they're just coated in a different way. But you see how wide they sit, right? Now, if the Western Star trucks just had the regular OHDs in diff lock, golden. Like, keep them for what they are. I mean, to be quite honest, like, American trucks, they're already kind of a little bit lesser in this game, and that's alright. I understand that. But, I don't know. I think there was a branch there or something. I gotta take this off. Stop tracking. That thing is like all over my screen. I mean, honestly, what I should do, but the thing is, it just costs money to do, is I could make, like, those highway trucks be vehicles that transport my fleet across maps, to be quite honest. Like, if there's an actual decent way to get there, and it's not gonna, like, stop them. Like in Alaska, let's say I needed to, I don't know, take my, I've done it in co-op with Max Power, where, you know, we'll load two trucks on a trailer and haul them out with a highway truck and just get them to a new map. But in hard mode, you can't do that because you got to pay for it. So if you got to pay for it, you can't sell it back. It's like kind of wasting money. So it's like, which is more efficient? This contract keeps coming back. Turn off. Actually, I'm going to take a bathroom break. I will be right back, guys. So, be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's see here. So which gearbox am I using on this truck, the P512? We'll show you actually. It's probably just the off-road gearbox. Yep, it is the off-road. This is the standard off-road gearbox. Yeah, that does go in pretty fast. I usually always use the off-road, just because taking damage, going a little bit slower, being careful, stuff like that. I like having 3 low gears. I don't know. I cycle through my gears a lot, so yeah, I pretty much use all of them. Something I would like to see is so my buddy Max Power, actually, in his mod map, he said that what happened was he had an off-road gearbox that had 6-speed. It was a 6-speed. It was either, wait, I think it was a 5-speed. I think it was a 5-speed gearbox with no low minus on it. And I can tell you the truth, I very rarely use low minus. If I'm trying to crawl through something, like to get out of something, I'll use it. It's like very sparingly though. Usually low will get you through, because low kind of really stops your wheel spin. If it's really bad, low minus does help, but I don't use it too much. So it was crazy because, like, so 5 gears, that's basically a balanced gearbox, but then it also had high gear. So a 5-speed high will be a lot faster, and I use high a lot, so it would be a faster high. So it's almost like it's a bridge between the high range and the balance. It's almost, or the high range and the off-road, because the off-road's like the slower gearbox, right? And then the balance is like the more efficient, kind of in the middle. Doesn't have the high range gearbox or the high range setting. So man, that'd be awesome if that was like a thing. I'm pretty sure mods do that, but yeah. Okay, let's leave you here. Go back and keep the movement going, I guess. Go grab the Royal. So, I mean, after moving a lot of these trucks, especially like my fuel vehicles, I still have a decent amount of fuel to start this next map. I'm seriously wondering if I'm actually going to be able to get through. Well, high gear is good. I'll kind of show you where I use it a lot, especially going up hills, because what happens is, I'm gonna leave this in auto, and you'll see. Hopefully it'll do what it does, and downshifts here whenever it gets hard. It'll downshift for more power, probably over here. You'll probably see that right here coming up. There's your downshift. So instead of doing that, I could throw high, and it wouldn't upshift to second, and then to third, and then downshift back to first. So I do that in prevention. Basically, it's like just a setting. It's basically third gear. You just basically throw it in third gear and it stays. So, you know, if you max out that gear, you have max revs. So that's when I use it, honestly. I use it for traveling. Usually if I'm going through stuff like this, I'll just throw it in high gear and I won't downshift, and I'll just toggle on and off all-wheel drive. It just makes it pretty simple. It's a very efficient gear. So now, if you have the high range gearbox and use high, it goes pretty fast. Pending what truck you have. It's weird because some trucks are very fast with the high range gearbox, others are not as fast. Especially like in high gear, like I noticed that the Ford CLT 9000 isn't as fast in high gear with the high range, which I'm not really complaining about. It's actually where I like it. Sometimes I feel like high range can just get going way too fast. Exactly, it's kind of like splitting gear. So something I used to do actually is this, because I didn't like how you slowly climb up gears with like auto shift. So what I would do is I would start, I would immediately throw it into high, switch it back to auto, and then it's already in 4th gear. Now, there's another way to do this. You can just start off, hit your clutch, and it's called clutch bumping, and then I'm already in 3rd gear. And then another thing you can do is called clutch bumping to downshift as well. So I'll actually demonstrate that here. So as you can see, we're in 3rd. I'm kind of struggling. I can clutch. I'm in 4th. So when it gets up here, you're going to see it struggle, and I can actually clutch bump down the 1st or 2nd. So struggling, clutch bump, it drops it to a gear that's recommended. So struggling still, clutch bump to 1st, and you can do stuff like that. So you either can switch gears like that, or you can just use your clutch bump to do that. So there's multiple ways. I know that you don't have an actual like gear shifter, but it's pretty good. Second, I'm gonna answer my phone real quick. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Startup becomes much better. It's like really good for vehicles to have a lot of power. The only thing with high gear is if you use it on a vehicle that doesn't have a large power to weight, you're going to be in situations where it kicks you out of high. It'll just stall. But that's fine. But, I mean, arguably with this truck, because I don't have a diff, I could just use the high range gearbox, because auto will actually turn all these tires at once. The only actually, I gotta try to explain this. If you don't have diff lock, which the new Western Stars, there's gonna be 2 of them that don't have diff lock, so they're kind of in the same boat as the BM17 here. So the only way that you're gonna turn all tires with power, like you see now, you can hardly see it, but you can. But if I turn this, now you see that 4 axle right there doesn't turn, and you see how my progress is kind of stopped. Now I kicked it up. Well, I did kind of dig myself in, but anyways, the only tires that you can get to actually turn, or the only gear that you can get to actually turn all tires, is auto or low plus, if you don't have a diff lock. Also, high will do it. If you have high and you actually can get it into high, that'll actually force all that power to those tires and you'll get those to turn. But it's just, it's weird. But if you're using just low gear, yeah, you're gonna have axles just not work. And yeah, I kind of explained that on the hard mode or the mud running tips video, where the Kolob, I think the 74941, I believe, is in auto, and or he's even in low, pulling that trailer, and you can tell that he's not driving all of his axles. So, but as soon as he switched in diff lock, it just turns all of them. But yeah, if you have a vehicle without diff lock, that's kind of how you I don't want to say bypass it, because you can't really bypass the effectiveness of diff lock. It just helps, I guess. Like right there, if I would have went through that in auto, that probably would have kicked me out or kicked me down to first gear. So then you have that hard downshift. It has to, you know, then it starts cycling up to second, and then if it cycles to third, it's still in like rough terrain, where like right there I probably could have put it in high going up that hill as well. But yeah, I mean, people complain about the gearbox options in this game, but you really can mess around with your gear settings enough to where it's almost like it's manual. Like I actually drive a stick shift car. I've been driving a stick shift car. Gosh, man, I've been driving a stick shift car since I was, I think, either 17 or 18 years old. Maybe no, actually, I started driving. I stole my brother's car. That was a stick shift at 15 years old. So I kind of taught myself how to drive it, but every car I've owned was a stick shift. I had a 5-speed probe. I had I turned around after that and bought a Volkswagen TDI. That was amazing. That turbo diesel was amazing. 6-speed. And then my car I have now is a GLI, which is a 6-speed too. Oh my gosh, diff lock is so powerful. Goodness, man. Just unloading my stuff. But yeah, vehicles that just have all-wheel drive without diff lock, I mean, they struggle. I mean, they do. I think that the Navistar is one of the only... The Navistar doesn't struggle as much simply because it has OHDs. They're just such a heavy tire. They just give you so much grip. Navistar definitely weighs more than the BM17. The BM gets 51-inch tires, but still, it's not as heavy. Those medium weight tires aren't as wide. They're not as heavy as they are. So with the new Western Stars getting all-wheel drive for all of them, there's only one of them that's going to have all-wheel drive and diff lock, and that's going to be the 1424, which I think is going to be awesome because, man, it's going to be like a wonderful tractor. You know, it can upgrade to, what was that? It'll upgrade to 48-inch tires, which is 1 inch less than the Navistar. It still won't have heavyweight tires, but the thing is, the 1430 have the OHDs, which are awesome. So that's gonna help its off-road ability. Okay, so step. I got a lot of trucks here, so I apologize for everybody that I'm just jumping in multiples. Just my other, I have so many support fuel trucks, it's unreal. You know what? I almost want to repurpose this and use this actually as I might do that. Actually, I might take this add-on off and use this as a hauler or some type of, just to switch it up. Maybe I'll put the Cat CT681 in the garage and I'll basically replace it with this. Try to use this one more out there. This is an awesome truck, honestly. It's so underrated. The good thing about it is this and the new step, the Pike. As you can see, like the gas tank, I'll show you right here. Gas tank is legitimately basically flush with its frame. And like a lot of trucks, their gas tanks come down here, right? You have this step, it comes down, and then the gas tank comes down. It's like, you know, low hanging. The step trucks, the two steps, they're nice because their fuel tanks legitimately sit almost along their racks or along their frames, which they don't have really good ground clearance, but I mean, man, that's really nice. But I think the new step, the 3933 Pike is, it's just a better, I think it's just a better version of this vehicle. Gets mud tires, it doesn't get chains, always on features. I mean, having the MHS2, even if they're 41 inches or 43 inches or whatever they are, I think they're 43s. I mean, that's still, for how little of a truck, they look massive. Ooh. Oh man, I almost busted. I could have busted my tire right there. Surely, I know. Actually, I'm gonna go in the garage because I don't have anything in this. I'm gonna repurpose it, bring it back out. But I probably need to wait to get my Cat here because I need the add-ons off my Cat. So yeah. Okay, Caterpillar time. Oh, you do have the spare tire under there? Alright, it's time to get this lugging beast over there. Massive 71-inch tires. Little pebbles on the road. Look at this. I mean, they're not little pebbles, let's be real. They're actually good-sized rocks, but... What's up, Runs? Welcome in. Trying, man. Definitely trying. We are actually moving all the trucks over to the next map right now. Because we just finished Black Badger Lake, so we're actually going to move all of our vehicles over to Greenwoods. Yeah, that's something about the spare wheel attachment is I really don't use them at all on any trucks unless they're unless the spare wheel is behind the cab or it's tucked in really well. I really don't use them. Yeah, yep, this is a solo. Oh shoot, yeah, I do need to remember that I have to do the cellulose contract, which is bringing 16 of those over to Greenwoods, so I'm gonna have to use that low saddle over there to come back to that little paper factory that we just built, and then we'll do that. And that's basically the last mission that it kind of like bridges the way to the other map. So just kind of save that. Gosh, I love the cat. This is like, this truck is amazing. Oh yeah, man, me too. I blew tires all the time. I would crush my suspension all the time. There'd be times I would come out of the garage, go down the road, I'd be halfway across the map, I'd blow tires, suspensions, and then, you know, back then, it's on normal mode, I was just like, okay, well, my truck's beat up, I'll just recover, fix it, come back out, and, you know, either do the same thing or... I don't even know. Maybe learn from my own mistakes. Who knows? Man, this vehicle is going to be a really, really big help over in Amore. Has no damage capacity coded. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, realistically, this should not take damage. Like, those tires, I mean, what really is going to damage those? Like, they're 71-inch tires that have these massive threads. I just don't see anything that I'm running over on the road capable of damaging those. Oh, you're looking at it right now? Nice. That's crazy, man. That's crazy that nothing is coded. You never knew you were good at the details of this game? Well, honestly, District, you are very, very detail oriented. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that you jumped in the game files. Ooh, this thing is fishtailing like crazy. It's like you say, man, it's a game we all loved, and we just complain about it, but we still play it anyways. I mean, I just continue to try to play this game in different ways. I don't know. It's fun, it's relaxing, I guess. I mean, despite all the crap. Oof. I'm surprised I didn't bust something right there. Yep, that's true. I think something that kind of like keeps me off of the game files with like altering them is if I mess them up, I mess my game up. You know what I'm saying? I've already lost my game save once. I know you can back it up and put it on other things, but goodness, man, that was one of the worst things ever, was losing my game save. That was like infuriating. One of the most infuriating things. Actually, you know what? I want to look at something, because I need a resupply point, and I'm not sure where they are on Greenwoods. I know there has to be one, and I don't think there is. You gotta be kidding me. There's not a resupply point? No way. Are you serious? There's no trailer store garage. Are you serious? There is... It's where you drag the train to. Oh, wait, I think I see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's... I'm actually going to have to use those. So I'm just wondering for the Tatron here. Thank you for that, Jordan. Appreciate that. I don't know why I didn't see that. I was like, it's like a big red X on Map Runner, and I didn't even notice it. So yeah, this truck right here is probably going to be what I scout most of a more with, to be honest. I think with the more, I don't have any type of like reservations on making it harder for myself. A more is like slow going. There's so much of everything. I do think the 750 will handle it really well though. But we'll see. You know, it's weird that they call these mud tires. Like these look very similar to the regular OHS2. Not like spitting image, for sure. The thread patterns are definitely a little bit different. But I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, I'm glad there's a resupply point that's close to the garage over there. It's pretty easy to get to. Definitely want to have like everything resupplied before I go to Amur. Gosh, the rocks. This thing hates them. You know, it's a pretty sweet path, actually, is this right here on top of this like little ridge top. Going up there, I think the first time I scouted this place, I like went up there. It's kind of challenging. I mean, I would be more inclined to see like more topography based things that are challenging rather than, hey, here's a big thing of mud. Slow down and then you just hold your gas trigger to get through it for, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like introduce some type of a different challenge, you know what I mean? Oh, the one in Amur is a lot annoying to get to. See, the thing is, like, I haven't been to Amur on hard mode yet, so I'm trying to think where that's at. I'm guessing it's probably in... guessing it's probably in Cosmo. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think it's... Is it in Urska? Is it where I think it is in Urska? Hold on. Okay, I see that. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. Because you can just fly down this route, not flip over going down that one path. And then if you have all those bridges made, that's not too bad, but it is kind of out of the way, you're right. They honestly should have just made those resupply points at the garage. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. Come on, Tatrin. Just get him in the grass so I actually grip something. They are mud tires district. I guess they're categorized as mud tires in there. And then they just have that special coating. They're just an exclusive tire, as you know. But I mean, they look like they kind of resemble the OHS2 in a little, like in some way, not like exactly. In the code, they call them off-road BTR. Really? Hold on a second. I gotta. You know, I'll look this up. I'll actually go back to... I'll go to my 100% game. Let's go load game. I don't know why it says 96%. It's so weird. Like, everything's completed and it says 96, but then like earlier today when I loaded it up it said 100. It's just so weird. Yeah, for sure, man. So let's see, Scout, Patron. Yeah, they say mud tires. Off-road. See, like, I don't know what TO means. It could be like Tatra Off-Road or Tatran Off-Road. Honestly, that's probably what it stands for. But they just probably put them, or just put the name as mud tires or something. But it's odd. Yeah, man, just send me the snap on Discord. Moose Xing. You won't be shocked? Yeah, I probably won't be either. You know, I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to use this Tatran for the contest down here, where you actually have to traverse that bog. I'll just do that. I'll do it 3 times with this thing. It's pretty easy, like first person mode. It's pretty simple. Very easy contract or contest with this thing. So I'll probably do that. This place is huge inside. Okay, back to grab all these other ones. I have 3 more to grab. I actually have 2 more, and then I just have to start hauling the cellulose. Man, this thing's turning radius does suck. No, I'm not going that way. No way. What's up, Vlad? Welcome in. Not much, man. Just moving trucks over to the next map. Trying to get all my resources straightened out. Then we will start hauling the cellulose out of here. growing up hair? Wait, what do you mean? Ooh. Dang, I didn't know I looked different. I don't think I look any different than I did before. Something is different? Oh no, man. Same hairstyle. Same thing. Yeah. I just usually wear a hat. That's probably why. Yep, that's it. It's no hat. Man, I got my hair cut yesterday because it was like really long. It was like coming over my ears. And the guy like cut the hair around my ears like super high. So it's like up here. And then like he kind of butchered the back of my hair. I wanted him to like taper it. And man, I looked at it in the mirror. I was like, man, that sucks. I mean, I wasn't too bent out of shape because, I mean, whatever, it's just hair. It grows back. But, I mean, I guess you have those good haircuts and bad haircuts, you know? Why is like the little placard staying up there? It's kind of weird. Okay, so we got a good stretch of speed, and then they just say, okay, nope, back to getting stuck. I'm telling you, that all I have to do is just make some type of terrain where you're paying attention to your vehicle's balance more. It's kind of like centered around your driving, not just like this, where I'm holding the gas trigger with everything locked. It would just be better. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. It's... Oh, the paper factory. Yeah, that... Hauling 16 of those things, it's going to be a back and forth type thing. I might try to make it in 2 just from the overstacking, but I don't know. I just don't know if I want to do that. I feel like every time I overstack, whenever I drop cargo, it's just like... I might just legitimately just pack it on the 5 and just do it. Nice little drift there. Yeah, it's weird with haircuts, man. It's like, I feel like I'll have really good ones, and then I'll have really bad ones. I mean, in the military, I actually had really good haircuts almost all the time. You know, because I had to, like, keep my hair a certain way. The thing is, in the military, your hair can't be touching your ears. So your hair actually cannot touch your ears, and it cannot touch your collar of your uniform. So, like in my flight suit, if my hair was touching my my collar on my uniform, it's kind of like out of regulations, right? So I would get my hair cut like every 2 weeks. And the people that cut hair on base, they know the regulations, so they know what needs to be done. And you just tell them what you want done. I'm like, I just want this high fade. I don't like the skin haircut where they like basically like, I like to have a little bit more of a natural look where it's not like a skin. Because I mean, like, people can tell if you're in the military if you have like a skin fade. You know what I mean? It's like that. Especially with like traveling overseas as much as I did. You can point out an American pretty easily, especially like an American in the military, if they have a high fade that's like a skin fade. So I would always push the boundaries of what I could get away with, according to regulations with hair. So you could, like, your hair could be all those. It couldn't be all those things I explained, and it also couldn't be I think it's like 1.25 inches in bulk. So like on top, like my scalp to like elevation. So the length, it really didn't matter what your length was. It just couldn't be like bulky. So, you'd have people with like, huge comb overs, but it was still in regulations because, they just kept it well groomed. Oh, yours. Oh, you shave yours because it stopped growing? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I guess that's just a part of life, right? Oh! What? I didn't take any damage for that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Alright, I'll deal with all this crap later, man. I'm trying to get this last one here, and then I'm gonna start hauling this cellulose. So, I just bought a new house. We just moved back to my hometown, and we have like a huge basement, and it's the prior owners. They started finishing it, and they never got around to actually completing the finish. It just needs like paint on the walls. They basically put up walls downstairs and rooms and stuff like that. It's weird because there's actually a tanning bed in one of the rooms downstairs, which we are not going to use. I just found it kind of funny that there's a tanning bed in my house, in the basement. But yeah, there's a nice room I could make like an office, I guess. So that's like one of the projects I'm gonna try to get to make, is make like a little office there that I'll have something to, I don't know, have my own office to stream from, game from, all that stuff. So that'll be really cool. But we have other projects that are coming before that. And also, you gotta have money to do those things. And when we priced them out, it was a lot of money. Gotta put down flooring down there and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of work. Yeah, that's true, Vlad. It's just like right up the, basically you're just driving up the road with multiple loads of it. I am gonna do it myself for sure. I'm actually, another thing is, like, we had the owner put in a pool, and I had to like manage the pool this year. Oh gosh. And then they had a hot tub there, and me and my wife decided we didn't want the hot tub because we're just not going to use it. What in the world, man? We were just not going to use it. So my friend actually asked me if he could have it. So what I did was I gave him the hot tub, and he's going to kind of like a trade. I kind of did him a favor. He's doing me a favor. He's going to help me with remodeling and doing all that stuff downstairs. So we're going to put down this this vinyl flooring. It's called Life Proof. It's from Home Depot. And it looks great. Like, it has like a solid core. It's waterproof. It won't warp. Lifetime warranty. And it looks great. So, and then like painting, it's really cool because like there's no actual ceiling downstairs. It's just the like the floorboards, right? The joists. And what they did was they just spray painted all those black. So like the ceiling is just black, and they put like these cup lights in that they didn't finish. So we'll probably finish installing those cup lights and painting and putting that down, and then I gotta get the place where I'm gonna have my office kind of set up and painted a little bit different of a color and stuff like that. Gotta buy a new desk. Yeah, but I mean that's just pending it. I mean, gosh, I need to be able to be home more. To be honest, traveling is just a lot right now. I've been traveling for pretty much a year. On the what is it, the 12th? On the 11th of this month, it'll be a year I've been traveling for my company, and it's wearing on me. So, I don't know, I'm praying for something else to come, or that they allow me to go somewhat remote where I can maybe travel 25% of the time and not 100. Oh yeah, that is weird, Vlad. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they just did it that way because they wanted you to craft. After finishing the region, there's that one region still lying around. Oh. You know what? Maybe, so... I don't know. That's weird. I think I probably could have gotten away with not crafting if I went over to Greenwoods and grabbed those. Which now, in hindsight, probably could have been a good option, but I think it would have took a lot of time. Oh, you meant one roll. Oh, okay. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what they... I'm not sure what why is that? Oops. But yeah, I apologize for the stream not being, I don't know, I wouldn't say exciting, because I don't think SnowRunner is like a really exciting game, except for in like certain situations. But yeah, this stream I'm just moving stuff and finishing the last bit of the contract, so it's just part of it, you know. Probably is the reason why a lot of people don't play hard mode too, is just they see people having to do all this stuff and it's just like, man, like why? You know? Filthy Feline, thank you for that subscription on YouTube. Gosh, am I gonna make it on fuel? Hope so. You know what I noticed? This thing actually smokes a good bit too. I mean, it's like, it's chugging it right now. I mean, if that thing had another one on the other side, I don't think it's not definitely not as bad as the Navistar, but it's smoking. Okay, this is the last one, and then start bringing some cellulose. Oh, they all do? Yeah, but if that's the case, then they should make the Americans not smoke a lot. Because the Navistar that stuff just comes out. I think that's the reason I have, if I can, I usually have I think the pipes where it actually comes out the bottom in most cases. If I can. Like actually like the Zix smokes quite a bit. But I have like it where it's like, I think it only actually smokes on its bottom, but I have it where it like shoots it down to the ground. They are. Yeah, that's true. They are monsters. I'm pretty glad this the logging is over with. I'm trying to think what I'll do with this truck. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't really think I'll have too much of a use for it here. This is really not that hard of a map. I mean, there is a tricky part, but it's not like terrible. I think the part where you're like fishing out those supplies down there in the river, I think it's like over here. Like fishing, there's like stuff down in here that you have to get out. Oh my goodness, I messed up huge on this. Like, I actually took the Tega over here and like was driving along this. Yeah, I don't even know how I did it. I don't know how I even got through it. Yeah, it was just terrible. So we'll not do that again. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop him here. I'll figure out all this stuff later. We're gonna start doing this cellulose. Yeah, its engine is amazing, man. Super durable. Great tire options. I mean, honestly, the Navistar is how I would like to see more American trucks set up. I just give them the OHDs. I'd be so happy. Actually, I need to actually activate this mission. There it is. Unloading zone. Do my tweaks and be happy. You know what? Trying to think. So district, could I actually add OHDs by just tweaking the files? Seriously? Oh my goodness. That might have to be something. Yeah, that might have to be something I do, honestly. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing, dude. You got him on the Azov? Okay, so wait, are they the single? Because you know how the so the Dairy 4520 has their doubles. Do you have doubles? Oh my goodness. Because the Dairy has the OHD singles. I'll check it out on Instagram, yeah. Vlad, I haven't really considered that, to be honest. What kind of parameters do you mean? You push the wheels in and don't care. Oh, I bet it looks awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just think, man, I would love to put the OHDs on the American trucks. That's the American 6x6s. If I do that, I'm set. I mean, even without all-wheel drive and diff lock, the Western Star 1430 with weight on it, I mean, it's quite impressive with what it can do. Okay, here we go with this crap. It looks weird. Wait, which one? Oh, you can turn. That is kind of cool. You can turn the all-wheel drive off on the Azov. That would be cool because, you know, you're not going to take that penalty for all-wheel drive with consumption. Oh yeah, I see what you mean, Vlad. Yeah, that is important. I just well, I think that's really cool, and I think that's a really good talking point on making a video for that. To be honest, I don't think a lot of people are really like that into the game where they think it's going to be something that's going to be like game changing, right? I mean, that's like more or less things that I really care about. I think like enthusiasts really care about, but like as a general population, I don't know. I just don't know if they would care. I think most people, and I'm not trying to shoot down your suggestion. I think your suggestion is awesome, by the way. I just think that most people, by large, they just want to know what's the most powerful engine, what's going to pull the most weight. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what most people care about, is what's going to pull the most weight, what's going to have the most power. Now, I mean, like for people who dive into that stuff like you do, and I definitely think that's awesome. And, you know, the thresholds, the durability, all that stuff. Most people don't care for tire selections. So Vlad, that wasn't about just tires. That was about mud running. So you have to include tires in that. So if I'm going to talk about like mud running tips and I'm not going to mention tires, like that's essentially what I'm using to get through the mud. So I mean, you're gathering data on tires as well. Oh, I see, district. Oh, nice, man. So you got your contributor badge for that? Nice, dude. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out, man. Well, how about this, Vlad? I'll do this. I'll take a look at it and see what I can do. The only thing is I don't know. It's going to depend. It also depends on like how much info is in there. Because I mean, here's the thing is you probably can derive a ton of data from that, and then you have to think of how you're going to deliver all that within a 10-minute video. Because like usually people don't really like watching long videos. So, and I feel like my videos are already really long, but yeah. That's also you, yeah. But yeah, I will definitely check it out. So what do you think, Vlad, was your most surprising thing you learned from that? Oh man, these OHS are freaking awesome. I'm just like slicing through this stuff. Engine, torque, fuel, gear. Yeah, that's probably something I want to look at, is a little bit more with like, I mean, I know torques. I'd like to see fuel. I don't know how they would be. I know each truck is probably geared differently. I mean, you can definitely feel it. There's some vehicles, even with some like the high range gearbox, that are faster than others. It's just, I would like to see that stuff. I don't really dive into the game files like in that way, other than looking at torque values, weight distributions, other things like that. Some are just way off. Oh, I bet. I wonder if it's either probably going to upset me looking at that stuff. Shows why trucks stall uphill randomly. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of cool to know, though, too. So I'm taking it there's like probably something like power throughput then in that certain gear, that it only allows so much for certain trucks or certain engines, I'm guessing. So that'd be my guess. I don't know. I might start reviewing in game. Dang. Okay, Vlad, that's crazy. The Tatran stays at 100% torque the whole time. I did not know that. That is wild. Gosh, that even kind of explains how... Yeah. Vlad, if you can send me that, the link of that, the spreadsheet, that'd be great, man. You can send it to my Discord. I can actually probably give you my Discord, to be honest. Let me actually, I'll message you my Discord information. So what I will do, I'll actually message you my Discord information after the stream. So I want to look at that because I think that's super interesting. And I mean, if I can find a way to actually like deliver that information in like a timely fashion, I think that would be good. It's very interesting. That's super interesting. So yeah, I definitely will look into that and see what I can do. And if I do make a video on it, I will let you know, and you will definitely get credit for it, for that information. What's up, Marvin? Welcome in. Hope you're doing good as well. Currently hauling this this cellulose. Actually, where the heck does this stuff go? I need to stop for a second. I forget where this goes. I'm trying to think where this is at. Okay, I know where this goes. This goes right by the train station, pretty sure. I'm gonna swap trucks. I'm gonna use the I think that I'm gonna use the 310 Echo for the next 2 loads or something like that. A little bit faster of a pull. This thing is just too slow for this. It's mostly all highways or all roads, you know? Just way too slow. But yeah, so far we have completed Black Badger. We're now completing the last contract that takes you over to Greenwoods, which is the Wisconsin truck trip. I just spent like, oh gosh, I don't even know, like 2 hours bringing all my vehicles over here. I haven't even like consolidated my stuff. So hold on a second. Marvin, I'm actually going to send you, not Marvin, Vlad, I'm going to send you my Discord information real quick. I'll do that now before I forget until after stream. Because I really do want to see that stuff. Okay. Really? I have to sign in? Gosh, I have to sign in? One second. Remind me later. I think this is it. Okay. So Vlad, I just sent you my Discord name. So it's right there. I'm going to actually put that off. And I will be right back. I'm going to go run to the bathroom, and then we will continue with this cellulose stuff. Sweet, we are back. Hey, you guys. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to deliver this load, and then I'm going to grab the step 310 for this. Gotcha. Thanks, man. Thanks, Vlad. Appreciate it, man. I am excited to look at that. Yeah, District, when are you going to show us your work? There's nothing to see? Oh, there is for sure. I think updating those tire options, man, and like, oh, if you could alter the experience you get on each level, like the experience needed to go to each level. Oh my gosh, man, I'm like so down. I'm so down to like do that. Shoot, should I have done this? Okay, never mind, I can thread this little gap here. Okay, so 6, okay. Alright, I guess let's go back. Yeah, but the thing is, those minor changes, they might seem like minor changes, but like I feel like those are huge. I don't know, for me it's kind of like huge. Or maybe I'm just making too big of a deal about it. Oof. Ah, yeah, that's right, Marvin. Marvin, haven't you been showing him that stuff? Oh, okay. Oh, you just pointed a couple things out, the rest belongs to him? Hey, well, at least you got him started. So, Vlad, you didn't get around to playing the 64131? You like the speedy ones? Oh, you don't think it's very stable? I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, man. I've put this thing in some really bad situations, and it has not tipped over for me, so you might have a different experience with it, but with my experience, I've played this truck probably more than any truck in the whole game. I mean, if there's anything I can say confidently, I definitely believe that this is one of the more stable vehicles, despite it having a short silhouette. Okay, let's see. Shoot, I need to go 310. Okay, let's go. Take him in. Yep, take him in the garage. Take this crap off of him. Saddle low. Let's do it up. There we go. Just a little bit faster. Little good change up here. Gosh, I didn't do a good job parking these, huh? I'll have to remedy that. I just kind of wanted to get stuff over here, and I'm going to iron out that whole garage situation after this mission. Okay, so something I actually want to talk about before I actually keep going is something I noticed with the frame length of this truck compared to the 39331 Pike. And I know you really can't see a lot of it right here, but let me see if I can actually, there we go, it's better. So if you look at like the placement of this hitch, okay, you look at the frame length as well on the back, you can see it's almost directly in line with this aftmost tire. It doesn't stick out that much, right? Okay, so this is a good thing because whenever you're going over bumps, you have more space in between here until this collides. Because when this is colliding, your front tires come up and you lose steering. It's pretty standard, right? So with the 331 or the 39331 Pike, its frame actually extends farther out here. So there's very minimal space that you have, kind of like a buffer zone before you actually contact this. So that's why like vehicles like the I can actually show you. Hopefully it's not. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. I want to look at it. You know what? I'll just go back to my other gameplay. But I'll jump back in here in a second and just kind of show you real quick. I know I keep jumping around from map to map or save to save. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, lad. Those are very, very strong trucks for sure. I think it suits my gameplay, Vlad, just because it's just a slow, steady, slow burn. I can think ahead, I guess. So like vehicles like this, all right, has this massive overhang. So then when you throw the saddle low on it, look where the saddle sits. Saddle sits here. And I'll even pull this out of the garage and show you. Make a little talking point here. And even more, it's even more so with the Fleet Star. But this is also happening with the new Pike. Okay, now look at that. You don't have much space here. And this is already kind of downsloping. And then with the step, it's like right here. So you have all this extra overhang frame length that's actually going to contact this trailer frame because it's already sloping down, starting to. So that's just kind of like my point. That's happening on the step 3, the Pike. And I noticed they took the sideboard bed away from it, but I think they're adding an exclusive sideboard bed to it. So that's something that I look at when I look at semis. Because I do like the low saddle hauling a lot. It's basically like exclusively what I've kind of moved over to. Yeah, the Kodiak sucks with semis. So does the Fleet Star. Check out the small Zix for semis trailer. It is good for, how do I say this? The small Zix with the balloon tires hauling a 5-slot trailer. The only problem with it is it still lacks grip. Even putting weight on its balloon tires, like it's really hard to drive grip. I think if you switched over to the UOD where they actually like sink down and bite in more, you can get a little bit better traction, but the thing is like you lose the buoyancy of the AMHS tire. Not mention that the A13 I think is not versatile at all. A13 is tough, man. It's tough to use, but it does have some uses, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Like the short trucks in this game, the short frames, if you can find a short frame truck with a saddle low and a crane, you're golden. That's why I like the 64131. It's very short frame. Good for semi hauling. It's practically set up that way. You know, the Western Star 14, I think it's a 1424, set up really good. Short frame. I wish it had a crane, but that's fine. But yeah, whenever you're choosing a vehicle to haul a semi-trailer, just pull it out, hook it up to the semi-trailer, and just see where its frame starts to collide with the trailer. Because, I mean, in my Fleet Star video, I didn't even put any type of content in there with it hauling a semi-trailer because it is a nightmare. It really is a nightmare. The wheels come off the ground. I mean, there's never a point in the game where... I mean, the places that you're driving on flat ground like this, it's not a lot. You're always kind of going over dips and stuff like that, and if you're not able to steer in a lot of those places, it can get very, very annoying. So, how about the sideboard bed and the trailer in the back? I can talk about that too. Yeah, let me go back. I'll actually explain that a little bit too. Hope you guys don't mind me switching back to show this stuff. So I talked a little bit about this on my trailer review video. So a lot of people really love the crane, the sideboard bed, or flatbed in conjunction with a hitch trailer, and that's fine because you can move more cargo potentially than you can with a saddle trailer, unless you're using the 8 slot, and I don't know how many people actually use the 8 slot. Let me see which is good. You know what? Pretty sure this is... Actually, I don't think this can use it. Where's the Paystar? It's like one of the perfect option right here. I'll just use a flatbed for now. Okay, so here's the Paystar. As you can see, it doesn't have a really long bed. You see that the aftmost tire is pretty much almost in line with the back of its frame. So, pretty good low saddle. For this trailer, it's not really a big deal because one, your bed is above the actual trailer, so whenever you make a hard turn, you're not really gonna contact it unless you're going over like bumpy terrain. However, this is the trailer that gets caught up right here. Now, you can already tell whenever you actually make a turn. I'll just back up right now. Cut the tire, back up. It's already contacting. Not too much to where it's going to actually flip you over, but I mean, on uneven terrain, I mean, it's kind of glitchy. It's like catching, right? Some vehicles are a lot worse. So, that's another thing you need to watch out for, is whenever you're grabbing hitch trailers to go out and do stuff, make sure you're checking that out as well. Because this is contacting here, I would probably choose to use this one. It's a little bit heavier of a trailer. You still have the protectors to hold stuff in, even though sometimes it'll fall through these, but honestly, I think this is a better trailer overall because it has the double axles. So it's just a little bit more stable. It's a wider trailer. I think it works really well. Pending you have a heavy, strong vehicle to pull it. Okay, so just make sure you those things as well. Let's go back here. Yep. Exactly, Vlad. They're just the six, and that's why I'm gonna be honest, and that's why I think I like the 6436 the best with a low saddle and a crane. A lot of people still complain about it not having a sideboard bed with a crane. I don't think that even matters. I don't think that even, it's legitimately a great setup for a low saddle. Oh, I see. So the second number is supposed to be usage. 4 meaning saddle. I see, okay. That's good. So then the 73210 means, so 7 is heavy cars. Okay. That's really cool. I never knew that. I like how the coding is then. So then what about the the 6455B? Actually, well, the only thing is, so the thing is the 6455B is the Kraz 255, right? This is definitely gonna be a little bit tough here. Oh yeah, Marvin knows it's a 255B. That's your favorite, right? 3 is a bed truck, 5 is a dump truck, 6 is a fuel carrier. Ah, I see. That is good to know. Very useful information. That's really cool stuff, Vlad. Very cool. See right there, a lot of trucks would have probably flipped over. Up. That's one of the few useful things you got out of the mechanical engineering study. Oh, I'm sure you got more than that. That's really cool to know, though. And the thing is like, I was like wondering, I'm like, what is with all these numbers, man? Like, where are they getting all these numbers for these vehicles? I know, like, in game they're not licensed, right? But I'm just like, what in the world? Like, are people just throwing, you know, 100-sided dice down, and then whatever it comes up, that's the first number, second number? Like, it's kind of cool. It's really cool just to kind of understand where those are coming from. All the routes. The roots are present. I see them. Maybe those are just sticks. I don't know. Okay, I'm actually going to winch myself because I feel like I'm going too slow. Maybe with a little bit of weight, I'll be better coming across here. We'll see. Second, guys. I'm going to pause this for a minute. I will be right back. Okay, we're gonna continue. Try to finish this up. If not, if I have to actually stop for the day, then we'll just complete this a little bit later, but we'll continue here. I don't know what those things are. I don't know if it's like rebarb or like what in the mud. It looks like parts of trees, but I don't even know. It's very weird. The new pike is farther this step, you guess? I think so. It's probably, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. This step actually looks pretty modern. I'm actually have to look at the inside though. Like the outside looks kind of modern, but maybe not too modern. Perfect. Perfect. Gosh, the camera is going nuts. But yeah, Vlad, that's some awesome info, man, today, for sure. Really appreciate you coming by and dropping all that information. I definitely appreciate it. I'm not sure who else does, but I'm definitely one who appreciates stuff like that. The pre-1966 classification to assemble each manufacturing plant Self numbers served. Usually within 100. Oh, okay. Dang, that's cool. So this will be 11. This will be 11, and then I'll just have to have one more. Oh, it is? Dang, I'll have to check that out. Okay, back over we go. Okay, let's see how far we can get through this mud puddle. See how much damage we can take on our suspension before we get there as well. Gosh, this game, huh? Yeah, just go ahead and send me that on Discord. I'll definitely check it out. What is that? What are those things? I think it's like cement rebarb or something. These right here, these spider-looking things, it looks like cement broken up, like rebarb in it or something, but it doesn't look like uniform. Where it just looks like tree parts. Looks like something from like Stranger Things. What's up, Than109? Welcome in. Moving along. It's definitely not too bad with weight on the back. Definitely a lot faster. Sweet. Let's roll. I guess you can just post it on, if you just want to share it to me on Reddit, I mean on Discord. Vlad, you can just send it to me on Discord and I'll check it out. That's what you meant, right? I knew I was gonna get caught here. This is like the death mud place. Yeah, you can just send me the link. I can definitely navigate that. 1 second. I have a phone call. All right, we're back. Let's see. What time do I have here? I'm at 3 hours. Oh, you mean like why don't I allow links? I just don't allow links on my Twitch channel. It's just like something I just do. There we go. The step is pretty light. It is, I think, 7.7 US tons, I believe. I'm trying to think of the numbers off the top of my head. I think it's 7.7 or 7.2. It's lighter than, but it does pretty well with saddle. I think it does better with saddle than it does anything else. Well, the thing is, it has its engine. It's pretty light, right? But it also has an engine that gives it, I think, like 180,000 torque, 185,000. So it has a lot of power to weight overhead. So basically, it's at like S plus power to weight. So I mean, it has a lot of available power to pull things. I mean, there's not really a ton of vehicles in this game that are starved for power. I mean, there are some, but the step's pretty good. I think this is probably the extent of my hauling I'll do with the step, but I think it does really well. How did I get damaged there? What in the world? Oh, the rocks suck. Every time I go through like a tunnel and I hear that sound, it's like the disconnecting of the trailer. I always think like something as crazy is gonna happen like as soon as I zone in. More damage. Goodness, man. What's up with the damage right now? But yeah, Than, I love this. This truck is awesome, man. It's really, I think it's really underrated. Very underrated. I think they definitely made the 3933 Pike is going to be so much better than this truck. I mean, there's really no debating that. I mean, it's going to have MHS2 mud tires, which are really good. They're basically a single wide tire. It's going to have always on features. So it's kind of going to crush this thing in performance, but I still like it. It's a really, really good truck. What? What was your question, Vlad? $19 gallons. Should be okay though. Is there a tire that has the best grip on rocks? Oh man. Man, I think the OHS2 are solid on rocks, but that thing is like not all vehicles can have OHS2. I'm not sure if the code in the game classifies like grip of rocks and asphalt. I don't know if they're grouped together. That is something I did not ever explore. So, I don't know. If that's the case, then gosh, a highway tire would be the best thing for rocks. But I mean, no one's using highway tires, right? Up here, about posting code systems to Reddit. Does it deserve public attention? I mean, it's already in Wikipedia, hardly. I mean, you could, Vlad. I mean, some people will really like that stuff. I think if... Here's the thing. I think if I would post it, you know, if you think it's a cool thing, like, I would post it, and like, if the moderators say that it's not, then they'll tell you. But I would just do it until someone tells you not to, right? I mean, honestly, I was posting my videos to Reddit, and one of the moderators actually came at me and said, you know, you can't be doing that. Like it was like I forget what it's called, like self-promotion or something like that. So I got in some trouble, which I really didn't mean to, like, for it to come off as like self-promotion, which it is self-promotion still, but like, I don't know, I feel like my videos are always just trying to be helpful. But yeah, I would just post it, honestly, Vlad. I don't know, Than. I think if the coding in the game groups together rocks as a surface like it does asphalt, highway tires are probably going to grip rocks better, which is really weird because you would think realistically like an off-road tire with a lot of like treads like this look really good for grabbing rocks, right? So is defined by body friction, which is dirt grip. Okay, that makes sense. So I think an off-road tire then is going to have a lot of dirt grip for sure. But anyways, y'all, this is the conclusion of my time. I'll probably just rerun this mission and get the rest of these later, but I definitely have to scram. I got some stuff I got to do, so I appreciate y'all coming out and watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please come to the channel over here at Twitch. It's completely free to use. Good way to interact with me. If you have questions, you want to tell me some cool stuff like Vlad did today, so thank you for that, Vlad, as well. But anyways, I got to run, so wherever you're at in the world, have a wonderful day, night, morning. God bless, and stay upright.